Sweet. All right. What's going on?
What's up, man? Long
Been
time
a
no
while.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Um,
telling somebody the other day about those seafoam margaritas.
oh my gosh.
I can't find them
Are
anywhere
you
else. Can't find them
are you
anywhere.
gonna go to the affiliate summit in New York?
I would like to. I haven't. It hasn't crossed my schedule yet. When is it?
Ooh, I think it's like early August. So a couple months.
Probably. The New York one wasn't as good as the Vegas one. It was a little more. It was a little more. You felt like the product type of thing.
Yeah, I haven't been to New York for a while, so I think this one I'd probably go to. Just like with Vegas, I didn't go to Vegas for a while. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Those are two places I only get to go to during
yeah.
business.
Yeah, I need to get to more like the affiliate shows because I used to go to them all the time when I was younger, but I just I kind of stopped going because they were kind of annoying. But Vegas was a
Yeah,
lot of fun
I
this
have a
year.
hard time going sitting through them. There's
Yeah,
usually one or two shows, and then I just start like networking, and they're always worth it. But I very rarely am able to sit through them. Just so we're so spoiled with being able to like scrub through videos past the boring parts.
oh, 100%.
No, we can't.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. Anyway, um, it's literally forgot what I was gonna say. I had a question for you, but I guess we could get into it. So you're like doing the whole like Amazon influencer stuff. And like that's
Yeah,
that's a part of
I'm
like
excited.
like online marketing I've just never done before. So
Yeah, yeah. So what's cool is I like talking to. It's cool talking to this group, obviously, because I mean this is like my core group too, as far as affiliate marketing goes. Like I started with SEO and all the
thank you.
PPC traditional affiliate marketing, right? But with this, it's the only affiliate marketing method, and this is going to sound scammy, but it's like the only one that's guaranteed money if you do it.
Mm,
The other affiliate, I've seen so many affiliate marketing people try affiliate marketing, and the floor is negative, right? There is you can lose money on regular affiliate marketing if you give up. But this is one where it's just the floor is literally the highest floor I've ever seen in terms of make money online.
really? Huh.
Um, yeah, yeah,
Is
and
it is it kind of like TikTok Shop where like you when you like review things and then depending on like how I guess many views your video gets or whatever, like that's how much money you make? Like how
I'll
does it work?
share my screen. I'll share my
Yeah.
screen and I'll show you. I'll show you what is going on. Actually, let's go ahead and go over here.
How did you get into doing the Amazon stuff too? Because like that's something that like I don't know, my path over the last 15 years just never took me there, and I'm always curious like how people get into doing like the stuff with Amazon.
Yeah. Actually, how do I? There we go. Cool. So I actually my internet business career started by selling a copy of the book The 4 Hour Body, and I had two of them. Yeah, I had two of them, and I was in this phase of my life where I was like, I was in college. I was like, dude, I've got to make money. There's so many ways to do it. And I was listening to stuff that like isn't really about making money, like Dave Ramsey, and I found the Pat Flynn Smart Passive Income, and somebody who I'm actually friends with now, Jessica LaRue, was doing a show, and she was talking about some arbitrage, which is buying stuff from like literally Walmart, Target, anywhere, and listing it on Amazon, buying it low, selling it high, and people were making actual money doing it, like real money. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try that. I'll create an Amazon account. I did it. I listed the 4 hour body, and it sold like immediately, right? And it was like it hit me. It hit me so hard. Like I have this theory called the first dollar. If you make $1 like doing stuff online, it gives
Yeah.
you this insane boost
Oh
of
yeah.
confidence that is so necessary to continuing. So like I think I got lucky and got that first hit of dopamine from I mean, when you crunch the numbers, I made like 20 cents an hour, probably, right? Like after figuring out how to ship it, but I realized, oh my god, this works. So
That was
I
like me
started
with
selling stuff, and
with Pokemon cards on eBay when I was a kid.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'd get one and I'd sell it, and I got my first sale, and I was like, yes.
Oh, it's the coolest feeling ever. Even if it's
Yeah.
just a stupidly low amount, it's like, oh my god, you forget that people actually buy stuff online.
Yeah.
And that book was so popular that like every copy that you list sells, right? So I did that, and then I started actually driving around the country. We would go, and the big thing at the time was Nicorette lozenges. So like it was Nicorette lozenges, Elsa dolls. These were selling at like $90 a pop. So what happened with the Nicorette lozenges is they ran out of something to make them, and so they like discontinued them, right? And all the stores that had them were like, oh, it's discontinued. That means we'll discount it to sell it, because that usually means that the product's not good. But
Yeah.
you know what happens to a nicotine product when
Oh yeah.
when it goes, yeah. So and then, so, I mean, a lot of people were into nicotine lozenges, right? And then they're like, oh my god, they're going away. So everyone wanted to buy them. I was buying them for like $8 a piece, and then I just list them on Amazon. And I wasn't trying to like price gouge, but I would just match the price on Amazon, and the price would be like 120 bucks, 140 bucks. It was
Wow.
wild. So we
Were those
drive
kind of
around,
like
find them.
Zins? Like we're like obviously like
Yeah,
not like packs, but like same idea.
yeah, yeah. They're actually they're actually back. So that was the crazy part, is that they weren't actually even like discontinued. They just had ran out for some reason of like the means to make them. So everybody kind of panicked and bought them. And that's where that started. And then I started blogging about it. And I was like, you know what? I actually think I like this part of it more. I love, like, I'm the type of person where if like I have a really good meal, like the margaritas, I have to tell everybody about those margaritas. I'm just the type of
Oh,
person
me
that
too.
likes to
Yeah, they're so
share.
good.
Yeah, I just like to share cool stuff that, you know, kind of like, I don't know. Some people are able to kind of just enjoy it themselves, but I'm like, I like to share what I've learned. And so
Your
with that, I
blog looks
started
great
talking
too, by
about,
the way.
thank you. Since the AI changes, I've really not blogged very much. Um, but I got into that, and then I started making money doing that. And, then the whole affiliate thing kind of took off, and tying that into this what would you say is the hardest part about affiliate marketing? There's
Um,
multiple answers, but
Hardest part is honestly, it's probably getting I guess cheap targeted traffic, and not even cheap, but like
yeah,
the right audience viewing your stuff.
right. I'm glad that was your answer. That is I think that's the correct answer, but I could have
Yeah.
seen it been something else. So what this program does, it bypasses that entire part, right? So what's like the best what's the best buyer, or the best intent traffic you could get? Somebody who's
Uh,
like
I would say people searching for it, right?
like a
Like,
review, So what does everyone on Amazon have? The buyer intent, right?
yeah,
Buyer
yeah,
intent keywords, and stuff that we pay for. We pay such a premium for buyer intent keywords, and we fight hand over fist to rank for things like bamboo bath mat review or best bamboo bath mat. But what happens? So, and then, that's hard. It's expensive. Some people can't do it. Even if you do it, sometimes you can't liquidate the cost, right? So those methods I still love, but what I love about this is that we're actually getting, by doing these super short little video reviews, we're actually showing up on this page doing nothing. So let me show you
so
an
Amazon
example.
just like you make a review, Amazon just puts your video up there.
Yes, and
Oh,
you
okay.
get a commission. You get a commission if they purchase. So here, right here, we've got Sarah Pruitt. Right here, it says earns commissions. These videos. So I don't like the name of the program. It's called the Amazon Influencer Program. It's kind of misleading. I think people think that means you're an influencer and you get paid based on how big your audience is. It is completely the opposite. Um, this is I'll just play it through. There's no sound, but this is a 50-second video.
But maybe it's like you're influencing the purchase because you make a good video showing how to use it.
Yeah. So this is kind of the extent of a video. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into making ones that sell more, and that's what we teach in the AIP challenge that we've got coming up this week. But this is what's happening, right? So imagine getting this traffic completely for free. All you do is you record a 60-second video, right? And then you upload it, and then you get paid commissions on it. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg. But
So
what I
you
found
okay?
with these,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt. I just a quick question because
no,
like
you're
now I'm
good.
starting to think like, do you specifically target products based on like the scale of the keyword searches in Amazon, so you have a higher probability of your video showing up?
So yeah, so there's a couple different like schools of thought into how it works. So what I recommend is just doing if you're the type of person that's like I want to make $1,000 per month and you're ready to just grind it out, record a video of every single item in your house that's listed on Amazon. You don't have to have purchased it on Amazon. Yeah, they're like minute-long videos. Don't edit them except for cut little pieces of them out. Upload as many as you can. Do it with your spouse if you want. Just push as fast as you can to get as many videos up as you can. And it's literally, it doesn't have to have been purchased on Amazon. You just have to have it. And it doesn't have to be even yours. You could literally go to your girlfriend's apartment or your parents' apartment or your friend's house, an Airbnb. Actually, when I'm in an Airbnb, if they have like an expensive like refrigerator, because you get paid a percentage of the size of the price of the product, right? So this really does start to add up. And then there's various tools like this one's called Viral View. There's one called Fluencer Fruit that will actually show you stuff like the commission rates and how many daily sales you're getting. So it is obviously in a perfect world more ideal to do certain products, but I just tell people like don't even overthink that part. Just crush as many videos as you can. And
Get
another
enough
thing
of
that
time
happens,
out
so
there
like
that you're
let's
getting. Yeah.
right. So even if the video doesn't have like for this one, $8,097 30-day revenue. That's not a ton. Affiliate commission on this type of product was 3%. So the commissions vary from like 1% to 4%. And then there's other stuff to make them way higher too.
Wait. So is
But
this
then
are
you
these
use
your
it.
stats?
This is a tool that shows what you would make on each
Oh,
product.
I see. So is the 30-day
So
revenue that's like all like this particular product influencers have
yes,
mades?
yes. So that's
Okay.
this Amazon product. So whoever's listing this is, they're doing $8,097. But these stats aren't perfect, so always take them with a grain of salt. But it's a good starting point. And then also you can do stuff like I tell people that um, when you start the program, trying to find your first products, what you can actually do is run a scan of all of the things you bought, and then it will actually gives them these scores. So you actually do not need this tool at all. I like it. I'm making money with the program, so I can justify it. But stuff like this, you can actually go through and see which products are the best ones to review. And I like it because it kind of also reminds me of things that I have that I can review.
Like
And
you
then
can
you can
literally
see
start like
down
rifling
here,
through a drawer and like pick something out and be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna review this.
yeah, you have 1,000 products at your house that you could do this with.
That's awesome.
You'll crank out like 100 real easy, and then you'll kind of hit a wall. But I mean, just like right here in front of me, I see probably 40 things, right? Some of them better than others, but you want to review all of them, like this little mount, right? I would review this mount, and what can happen is I actually will show up for things beyond that mount. That mount, even though it might not be making any money, I can show up for other mounts. I'll show up on the related products for other listings. And what happens is when someone comes in here and watches one of these influencer videos, and then right after doing it, it's last click attribution. After watching it, they make a purchase, you get that commission, and
Okay.
there's no cap on it. We find that it's typically about $1 to $2 per video per month if you do like no optimization. Like if you just record everything, $1 per month per video is the floor. So It's a decent amount of videos you have to make, but like this, they're so simple. And what I like about it is, so this one's only 13 seconds.
Could you outsource that? Could you like go to Upwork or like
Yes.
Fiverr? Okay. Just I'm thinking like
So
scale
yeah,
here.
yeah. So I've actually done it. I've got a bunch of people that make videos for me. There's actually a collective um, that has like, I think they have like 50,000 videos now, but it's just a whole bunch of creators that upload. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so like this, so Amazon just knows that video reviews sell. Like they have a number in their head, 5% boosted conversions if somebody watches a video review or whatever it is. It's more than that because they pay more than that, right? But then they're like, who leaves video reviews? Only weirdos, right? There's not enough people that leave video reviews for no reason. So they're like, let's make this program that incentivizes that then pays people for doing these reviews, right? Because there's no way in hell.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but this is essentially the same thing as
No, you're good.
The affiliate, the Amazon Associates, like except for the fact that like you can pay if you watch.
Yeah, so I found that the Amazon Associates program is, I mean, it's about, the commissions are half the Amazon Associate program, right? You can still do both. So you can still, if you want to send traffic to your associate link, you still can. But also this basically gives you access to all of the traffic that product gets, and then if someone buys, you get paid, right?
Yeah, I guess you're not buying, you're not paying for traffic at all. You're just like making videos and then
yeah. So the commissions are lower, but you're literally bypassing the hardest part.
Is there like,
to me,
do you know,
anyway.
Maybe Amazon doesn't say this, but is there a way to like get your video to populate more than people who have made reviews for the same product? Like if you do a better job, like does Amazon have standards, like length, quality, whatever, like, or like this video has given more sales, therefore we're going to display it more?
Right. So what we've seen is it's an AI automated algorithm that is just optimizing for sales. What I love about it is it doesn't matter. That's why I don't like that it's called the influencer program, because it gives people a misconception of what we're actually teaching in our challenge, which starts on Wednesday, is how to do it without needing to drive your own traffic, leveraging what these are called on-site commissions, right? So you're getting put on the page, and then you're competing with other videos, but like there are ways to make your videos stand out. You can control over here. We've got the thumbnails. Just making a better thumbnail helps. They are obviously tracking. I mean, what's most, they don't give us the algorithm, but it's pretty obvious what it is. I mean, they want to see which videos are getting the most clicks and conversions, right? They don't really care if your video is getting views if it's not leading to sales. So what I recommend is there's a combination of volume, like just making as many videos as you can, outsourcing as many as you can, but then also having a system in place that actually lets you create videos that are going to convert. And there's a whole bunch of little tips and tricks to make videos that actually convert. Whereas some people just make they're just basically Me Too videos, hoping that they get the click, but they're not actually doing anything to make the sale. So there's a bunch of little things that we talk about in the challenge to actually boost the quality of the videos. You'll make money regardless. You can just put absolute garbage up and do 100, 200 videos, and you'll make $50 a month, $100 a month. But if you do a couple of different things, you will make more than that, and you'll end up beating these people. Obviously, there's competition, and more people come, and they don't remove your videos, so there's always going to be more videos. But then you also always got more products coming in, right? And what I love most about this is, so I've kind of talked about the on-site commissions part, right? Like people come in here, they watch the video. Either sometimes it's up here in the top, what we call the top carousel, and sometimes it's down here in what we call the bottom carousel. Let me see.
What's the half-life on a video? Like if you made a video like 2 years ago, is it still just making you money, like a little asset out there, like a little worker ant, just bringing in money, or does it die out?
They do die out at scale, but not like you'd think. Some of them don't. It's not like every one of them does, but over time, I think other people come in. just by the nature of more videos, yours will get seen less because eventually some of them will outperform yours. Um, but there's also seasonality to it. Like since I've been doing the program since 2023, I have seasonal items now. So I know that in the winter, I'm going to make a bunch. Everybody makes more in Q4, which is fun. So that's why it's a great time to get started on this before Q4. But once you get into Q4, when it's wintertime, I have a whole bunch of like ornaments and Christmas lights and all that stuff that really starts to sell. So those videos, no one's making those videos during the spring and summer and fall. They'll make them later, but I'll already have a little bit of an edge because I was in it last year. So that's cool. And you'll see that like fluctuate. Some people will make, like I have a bunch of stuff that makes money that is like yard work related that's going to start picking up, just now starting to plateau. Right. Yeah. So stuff like that. And then making something, trying to get it. Once you've done it for a full year, you start to get that seasonality that you start to see, your Halloween stuff, your Easter stuff. It's cool. There's a lot of stuff that keeps it flowing. Over time, if you stop making videos, it's not going to probably go up unless something crazy happens. It will go down, but you will still, they are assets and they will keep making money.
Is it
so
worth
that's
like
why I tell people like,
is it worth investing, you think, in like an expensive product? Like let's say it's like a $900 product, but like nobody else is doing reviews on it. So you're like, okay, I'm just going to spend $900 to buy the product, to review it. And then over time, like it's going to make the money back.
yeah,
It's an expensive product.
So here's what I recommend. So that's like the one way to do it where you actually could end up losing money. I recommend, this is what I do whenever I buy something. If I'm brand indifferent, like let's say that I wanted to buy a trampoline and I don't really care which, I want it to be a good one, but I'm going to look at all the different trampolines. Let's just type it in, trampoline. Whenever I buy anything, especially something expensive, I always do this. I'll use this tool. I'll do product view, and I can actually filter them by the ones that have the most, the highest viral score, which is the most likely to make sales. So all things being equal, I'm not going to buy a shitty product just to maybe make a few more sales. But if I'm like, oh, this one has a 50 and this one has a 94 and they're the same thing, I'm going to buy the one that has a 94, and maybe I'll end up making a profit on it. Worst case scenario, if it has a really high score, like this is a $25 commission, right? Because that's expensive. But worst case scenario, I'm going to probably make a pretty substantial discount on the thing I was going to buy anyway, which is pretty cool. So anytime I buy anything, I use on Amazon, I have this extension running. There's two. There's Fluencer Fruit, and then there's Viral View. You don't need paid tools to make this work, but I like to have them. And like this one, like if I'm shopping, I can actually see the scores on everything as I scroll.
That's so interesting.
So like if I'm, and I'll do it like if I'm buying gifts too. Like, hey, I got you this. Do you care if you leave the room for a second after you open it? I gotta do something. And then just like little stuff like my hot tub. Some of my best selling stuff are like my hot tub chemicals. You have so much stuff that you can review. You can review food products. You can review supplements. You can do books. I've never found books actually do anything. But yeah, you can review anything that's on Amazon for the most part. There's some rules. Obviously, when people really start to think about it, they're like, oh, I could probably use AI to really cheat the system here. And I've seen people really cheat the system. They will eventually get caught. Like there's this one guy that wears a lab coat. If he's still on, I'm gonna be so pissed. I just keep telling myself he's gonna get kicked off. But he'll wear a lab coat and then he'll review mattresses, or things, the super expensive stuff like tiny house. Like there are, let me see, filter by price. There are literally people sell like tiny homes on Amazon, and the commission on that, come on, filter. The commission on that is going to be massive. So
Yeah.
some people will fake having it, and then so this guy will wear a lab coat. So like this. This is, I mean, this is freaking sick too, by the way. That's cooler than most houses, but yeah. So this right here, the commission on it would be $1,200, right?
Yeah.
So people will try to get in on it. I don't think this one even has lowercase on this.
God, if you knew somebody who like installed tiny homes, you're like, I'm gonna come to the job site with you a few times, film some videos, and then I'm set.
You could definitely go do the ones at Home Depot, not the tiny homes, but the sheds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like this.
You guys are doing a challenge right now?
Yeah. So on Wednesday, we are starting our, it's a 3-day challenge, and it includes a year of our continuity group or of our community group, and a year of chat support, and then live calls with me on Thursday at 11 a.m.
And is the challenge just like helping people like pump out these videos in their first 30 days or something?
Oh, so that part's going to be over the year. We're going to be doing a bunch of different stuff to get people to post more videos, some gamification and fun stuff like that. The 3 days is going to just be kind of us dumping a whole bunch of tips and hacks and different tactics to make more sales, make more videos more quickly, and videos that actually convert. We do have also a pre-recorded like modular version of the AIP. We did this back in 2024, and we had several hundred people in it. So we didn't want to waste people's time, because some people are already approved and then some people aren't. But I didn't want to, I decided that we're going to just have pre-recorded modules showing you how to get approved. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're just going to teach you how to actually do the videos, and how to actually find products and different little hacks and tools and stuff that we use that make it way more profitable and way easier to scale. So that's, the 3 days are going to be super, super dense. That's and great. It was going to be 5 days. It was going to be 5 days, but we didn't, the first 2 days were going to be boring. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make that stuff that they can take at their leisure. And then we're just going to be diving right in. And what we actually have is you go to AIPchallenge.com. There's a link. Use Matt's link.
Yeah, I linked it below. So if anyone is interested in working with Nate or trying to do these videos, the description has a little link that you can join him and learn more about it.
This is an example of commissions that are possible. I mean, it takes a lot of videos. But there's actually several other things that I'm excited to talk about. We'll cover in a second. But I'm so curious,
real quick. What's your craziest commission doing this? Like, what's your craziest sale? Like, obviously the tiny homes, $1,200 commissions. Like, I doubt you sold a tiny home. If you had, that's freaking amazing. But
no,
like,
the biggest one I have is a trampoline that's like $4,000, and I think it pays.
Sick.
Yeah, it's a nice payout. It's hard to. I mean, if I could.
Could you go to like a kid's birthday party and like film a thing for their bounce houses? Like, hey guys, yes. I'm gonna.
So there's no checks and balances. They don't care. Like, so one thing you're not supposed to do, that I see people do, is they'll literally like go to Home Depot and like sit in like the shower. Like, they'll find the most expensive stuff they can, and then they'll like pretend that they have it. Honestly, if you can get away with it, they can't stop you. Yeah. as long as it's not clear that you're doing that. And I mean, is it tacky? Yes. Do I do it? No. But stuff like that, like, as long as you can have it there, make a video of it, you can post it, right? You just can't. Yeah. What I found, what drives me nuts is it very clearly says you have to have the product, right? But I was kind of talking about earlier, the guy wears a lab coat, and then he just shows a video of the product, and then he makes shit up about it. And he does this for like thousands of videos, the most expensive products, which, like, whatever, but it's annoying to the people that actually have it, that actually do a genuine review.
Yeah, and you got to compete with him, and he's like kind of gaming the system a little bit.
Yeah, he's gaming the system, and it's just not in the spirit of I'm just shocked that they don't.
Get
They
rid of
haven't
them.
banned him. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, this is not making sales. And he just wears a lab coat like a fucking dork, freaking dork. But yeah, so these like commissions on these are going to be pretty decent. And the thing, like I said, you're at a hotel, see what type of mattress it is. That's another person that mattresses are notoriously scammy. What a lot of
Yeah,
people do is they'll
you
take
have to
something.
own it. Like you can't go to a hotel, and if Amazon finds out you're at a
No,
hotel,
you don't have
and
to own it. You just have to
okay,
have access to it. You can
gotcha,
go to your
gotcha,
parents' house. You can go to your parents' house and record their fridge or their microwave. It doesn't you just have to be there?
gotcha.
There's no like show us the receipt. Um, One thing that does drive me nuts. Another bad actor. They can't really prove that you don't have the mattress, right? So there's this one guy who's made 1,000 videos, and it's very clear he uses the same mattress every time. But you can't, it's the same room. There's no way he has 1,000 mattresses. You can tell, but they don't stop it because they just don't really police it well enough.
Yeah,
It's definitely ripe. It's ripe for exploitation. Um, I so like this lady's doing this review, but how do we know?
right,
There's
right.
no way. There's no way to know that she actually has a mattress. So then I bet you money. So this is her storefront. She has 585 posts. This is what your storefront will look like.
Well, so you have a
When
storefront.
you,
Like when you make reviews, like people can go to your profile and actually see like different.
yeah. So
Okay.
so honestly, Amazon pretty obviously made this so that people would drive traffic to these storefronts, right? But
Okay.
also, but that's not what's happening. Some people do. So that's what the program's confusing because it's called the influencer program. So I think people are like, I'm not an influencer. I can't do this. You don't have to be. And the way that we teach it has nothing to do with like the size of your audience, the size of your reach. Yes, you can send traffic to these. I make almost none of my money in the program from that. We're leveraging, like I said, that on-site commission, which is just these are showing up anyway. Um, so some people are like, should my storefront be niched down? No. I mean, unless if you're like a let's say you're an outdoors YouTuber with 5 million subscribers, yes, just do those outdoor products, keep them right here. You'll make more money that way, right? If you're like, hey, these are the things that I use, that
Right,
would
right.
that would be, and I think that's what they were hoping for. But I'm guessing they're realizing now that they're getting way more people doing the program just to leverage the on-site commissions, which require zero zero authority,
It
zero
just
audience.
you just want to like flood. You just want to flood like Amazon with your videos, essentially.
Yes, yeah. If you flood it with videos, you will make money.
Okay.
Yeah, but so there is, and then they also have live streams that I never do. TikTok live streams are amazing, but uh, these these might work or might not. I don't know. They're hard to pull off, and they're not for everybody. But with the way that we kind of market this challenge is don't even think about the word influencer. That's not what this is. To get approved, you literally just need to post on TikTok for like 30 days. Some people might already have an account that's big enough that they can do it without needing to even start a new account. Like if you've been on TikTok for a while and have 1,000 subscribers, you can get approved. We see people get approved with like 200 followers after they've been posting for 30 days. And it doesn't even have to be, you're not going to be uploading the videos that you do on Amazon to TikTok, right? Um, there's a really cool overlap between TikTok Shop affiliate and the Amazon influencer program, but they're also completely different, right? So, for example, let's say for this Premier Protein, my video on Amazon could be boring as crap. It could be so boring. I just be like, these taste great. It's not some other protein shakes that I've had have a real chalky taste. This one literally tastes like chocolate milk or whatever it is. Um, And then on TikTok Shop though, you have to have a hook, and you have to actually have
Totally.
a video that is, yeah, because people aren't just going to scroll and watch a boring video. That
Yeah.
a video that would make money on the Amazon program will not make money on TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like it's the difference between like disruption advertising, because like in TikTok Shop, like people are just scrolling and you have to stop them. Whereas like here, they're already they're already looking at this thing and they just want like a review, like someone being honest about it. So
right. And if your video on TikTok doesn't get views right away, it's gonna die, right? But
yep.
on Amazon, it just lives there forever. It doesn't have to perform super well. But with TikTok, it's like if it doesn't perform well in that like 200 view, 300 view test phase, it doesn't sell. These are about to die. Let me switch headphones real quick.
Yeah. Testing. All right, Hugh. Can you take the video and post it on YouTube with a link back to the product? That's a good one for Nate. We'll wait for him. That is a good question, though. I feel like the answer would be yes. I feel like if people are like YouTubing a specific product, but then I think that's, yeah, I can hear you. I like how I'm trying to answer it when Nate's the expert. Testing. Yeah, the audio is pretty bad though.
How about now?
There we go. Perfect.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so he says, can you take the video and post it to YouTube with a link back to the press? You can, but it's not going to perform. Amazon doesn't really, I don't think that they have any, I've never seen anything like with backlinks being a thing. Like if you link to the video review that you, or the video that you made for Amazon from a website or from YouTube, that it does anything for it. The what you would do with a YouTube video would be use your Amazon associate link, which is going to pay you way more. Also, there is a there's a program called Creator Connections. This is the part where it kind of gets really cool. With Creator Connections, there's different offers that pay way more. So brands that are trying to grow on Amazon will actually pay a bigger commission, and a lot of times they'll give you a sample. So like I said, you're typically making 1 to 4% commissions. With Creator Connections, you can make way more, like 10 to 40% sometimes.
Yeah, there's with the Amazon Associates program, they entered me into some like creator program, I guess, where like they pay you like depending on the amount you get shipped, the amount of revenue you ship per month. There's like tiered like payouts. So like if I ship $25,000 worth of revenue, then they add on like another $500 worth of bonus to my monthly payout, which I hit the last couple of months with like the whole, strategy that I do in my community. But yeah, so I mean, like, I feel like there's like coming into Amazon, there's like the associates, and there's like a creator thing, then there's the influencer program, but they're all obviously like tied together, right? Like it's just under like one account.
Yeah. So with you, when you have the on-site approved, you get a second like area, so you can toggle between your associates or your on-site commissions. So you know how your usual ID is like Entre Resource -20.
Yeah.
The second one becomes on Entre Resource -20. So you have
Mm.
two different portals, same portal, but you can toggle between on-site and off-site. And then when you do that, you can actually apply for these creator connections, which are extra incentivized offers for brands that are trying to sell more. So they give way higher commissions. And once you're approved for them, you actually start making that commission on your on-site videos too. So you can end up, these ones that we're normally paying 1 to 4% can end up making way more than that. And a lot of times you can get free samples. So one of the cool things, there's a bunch of just different levels to what type of money you can make in the different avenues. So it starts with you making these videos, right? And then getting the on-site commissions. After that, you start to get reached out to by brands. So like if you just have a couple hundred videos, brands start reaching out to you, asking you to review their stuff. They very often will pay you. I've gotten paid. I was paid recently $150, and I got a free vacuum, and I get the commissions on the vacuum.
That's awesome. I need a new vacuum.
It's
My
very
vacuum
cool.
sucks. But
yeah, the one I got was actually pretty sweet. And that happens all the time. So there's a couple of there's different things that we teach in the program that will make you more likely to get reached out to. A lot of brands just spray and pray, right? Like they just message anyone with X amount of followers. But some brands, like you can tell, like this lady probably gets a decent amount of messages because she seems like an attractive person. But a lot of people will get she's doing stuff here too that's kind of a big deal. Like this is a good branded profile picture. She does have a link up here to her TikTok. Let's see what she's doing on TikTok.
So like Amazon and TikTok don't actually cross over together, but it's like if you make a product or like a video for this thing here, then it can also work on Amazon. Is that the kind of what you're talking about with the crossover?
Yes. So the real money, let's see here.
I've been loving your content, by the way, in your group, all the TikTok stuff. Cause like, I don't do TikTok that much, but like, I really do want to kind of get into doing more like TikTok affiliate stuff. Cause like, obviously that's where a lot of attention is right now.
Cool, yeah.
It's like every other day
Well,
you have a post in there, like breaking something down, you're testing stuff, try that. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah. Let me show you. So there's this tool called Calidata. And you can actually see. So here, let me distinguish the two. So we kind of already talked about Amazon videos are boring. You don't have to work for the traffic. Your only purpose is really kind of answer the questions that are holding people back from buying. And you can actually do that by like looking at the Amazon listing and going to the questions at the bottom. Sometimes they're not there. They kind of recently moved. And then you see which ones are being upvoted. And then basically answer that. So like if somebody's like, does this fit a iPhone X? Answer that in the video. So as long as if you answer the questions, you dramatically boost your chances of actually getting the sale. The view doesn't matter. It's all about the sale. So let's find an example. Best selling product. Here's some stores in here. With TikTok Shop, you have no cap like you have with Amazon influencer. You're not going to make an Amazon influencer video unless you're doing that tiny home that's 40K. You're not going to make $1,000 on one video that day. Maybe over the course of a year, yes, but over like in one day, no. With the TikTok Shop, there are people that wake up to 10K in commissions from videos that go viral.
Seriously?
So what yeah. I mean, it's wild. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that happens here. So like this video, 51.53K in revenue, average unit price, 32.29. This tool is called Calidata. It's pretty neat, but they cut my free account. I gotta ask them why. So you can actually see the video, and you can see what how much revenue was attributed to that. And essentially, you're talking like 10% to sometimes way more, 30% commissions, sometimes less. Um, so multiply that revenue times that commission number, and or that commission rate, and that's what that video made in commissions.
Wow, that's crazy. So they like that video made like what is it
Yeah.
like 40 to 80K? Like 10,
I have to see. Yeah, it's probably so
41.
40K revenue. If it even if it was just 10%, that's 41K.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Wow.
like I said, it's harder to get a video to go viral, but that's what I love about. So what's cool is that the same products that are on Amazon are also on TikTok Shop, and pretty much every day the TikTok Shop expands, because I think all brands are realizing like, dude, we got to be on TikTok. No serious brand is not on TikTok Shop right now.
Right.
So if I were doing a video about trying to think of a good angle. So let's say that if I was doing a video, and this was not my idea. I'm gonna let's say I was doing a video of this, a little mount, which is actually a pretty sweet little product. You wear it like this, and then you put your phone here, and then like if I were doing an Amazon influencer video, I would just talk about the dorky things like it sticks on here, it doesn't fall off. This is super handy for when I'm trying to record stuff without, and I want to actually have my hands in the video. I would just talk about that. But if I were doing TikTok Shop, I'd be like, dude, you could use this, and you can get those X-rated shots that you've always wanted. Something that's like risk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like something that would be more attention grabbing or
totally.
risque, or you know what I mean. So something like that. They'd have to have a hook. It'd have to be funny, but then also in a way that it's like, I actually want that product too.
Yeah.
So
give an actual good use case for it and stuff too. Yeah.
Right. Or like there's I have to take this off now.
No, leave it on.
There's like I've got a whole bunch of videos planned. I had one that kind of did pretty well. And I also recommend creating a secret TikTok account and not using like I have a business one. I have a couple of affiliate videos on there. That's not my main one, because you need to be able to be like corny and not spill into your actual brand. So I recommend, if you have a serious brand, make a side account and blow that up, and then just use that one for your TikTok Shop.
Are you making a TikTok like product, like how to do TikTok Shop? Because like I think I've been asking you like a couple months ago. I did a post in your group. I was like, dude, when are you gonna make a course so like I can hop on and like do this stuff? Because like I had no idea how to do TikTok Shop. It's so outside of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You're always posting like awesome stuff on like.
Yeah, for now it's just the EAM stuff. I do eventually plan on doing. My fear is that I'm going to get a bunch of people to buy it who aren't going to understand that it's not. I don't know. It's like it's kind of an art, and I've kind of found that some people are like, there's just this brain wave level of understanding what good content is, and I think some people just don't get it, and some people I'm like, I don't think you'll ever get it. Like I think that sounds harsh, but like I've seen people that make TikTok Shop videos and they'll make 100 and they'll make no money, and I'm like, that's because those videos suck. Like you have to ask. I ask myself, I'm like, whenever I do a video, when I'm editing it, if I'm bored as I'm editing it, I don't publish it. Right? That's like, yeah, right. Because like if you can't even stand to watch it again, like after you publish it, if you don't even want to watch it all the way through, that's not a good video.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
My best videos that I make, I mean, it's one thing if you're doing like a tutorial, like a 10-minute long form video, that you don't watch that. But if you're trying to do TikTok Shop, you need to make stuff that's like funny or attention grabbing. There's a lot of tactics. A lot of people use, I mean, it's a little spammy, but there's a lot of people that will use like current events, and they'll end up selling something at the end that's not totally relevant, but they kind of grab your attention. Like a lot of people will use like Joe Rogan clips, and then they'll end up selling like energy gum or something. And there's a lot of I mean, it's a corn farm for sure at times, but there's ways to do it. there's ways to do it and not be, a piece of crap or annoying. But
I saw
there's also
one
a
where
lot of
like
people
it started
making.
off as the girl's just like bawling her eyes out, and then she ended up trying to sell you something. But like it's like
I know
it
some.
captures your
There's this
attention
one
immediately.
I didn't comment on it, but I'm like, this is so messed up. So there's this like this blanket, this like flame. It's for if you catch on fire, which I guess is a common problem based on
If like a
TikTok's
human catches on
responses.
fire,
Yeah, it's like a puts the fire out blanket.
okay,
So I'm
all
like,
right,
first of all, you have to hope that you're around. Just very dumb, right?
yeah,
But this lady's like fear mongering, and she's like, if my dad, if my dad had, if I had this when my dad died, he would still be here. I'm like, your dad caught on fire and died. I am calling absolute. There's no way that happened. That's just a lie. There's no way.
yeah.
There's no
I
way
only
that
know of
that
one
you do.
story, and of like someone catching on fire like spontaneously, and I'm not going to share. I'll share the story with you off, but like essentially, like
Yeah.
I'll just say he was wearing too much like Axe body spray, uh,
Right.
and I'll leave you.
Yeah. Well,
But
so I'm just thinking. I'm like, first of all, this is it's wild to use your dead dad as fodder for selling
mhm,
TikTok shop. But I mean, it had
disgusting,
100,000
actually.
likes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So she was making a ton of money, and then everybody. I didn't comment because I'm just like, I don't care. But some people were commenting that didn't happen, and then so she posted a picture of her dad's urn. I'm like, that means that they cremated
dude.
him after. But are you saying because he was cremated, does
Holy shit,
cremation doesn't count, right? But so she just posted his urn. I'm like, I mean, we believe your dad's dead, but I don't
that's
think he caught on
wild. That is
fire.
wild.
I was so stuff like that is very corny,
Yeah,
and but that works unfortunately. So there's but
yeah.
there is a balance. You don't have to be a cornball.
So over the top.
Um,
I
yeah, I
think one
mean
of the
it's
best.
shocking
You're
to.
gonna like this. So and I don't know if you remember this because this was a viral video back in, let's say, the mid 2000 teens. It was somewhere back then, but as far as I can remember, it was like one of the most viral videos. And you could probably, like, since your
Uh,
screen is sharing, you probably like YouTube it. But it was like the Chewbacca mask lady. She filmed herself putting the Chewbacca mask on. It
yeah.
was like for Halloween or something, but like she would laugh and it would go ha ha, like it would laugh also,
Hmm.
and she just like started
Yeah.
just racking up laughing. And because that video of her like having such a good time with the product went viral, that Chewbacca mask
Hmm.
was sold out across the country, like everywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so the right video can actually like can just crush it for sure.
Right.
Uh, and
And
then
I just like it because it's a different. It's Amazon influencer is kind of mindless, but it's guaranteed money. TikTok shop is more kind of lotto type, but also like
yeah,
there is a science to it. There is, I mean, people that understand what makes a video go viral and stuff, and some people are just naturally funny or naturally like witty or can understand, like they can relate to other people and be like, people will like this.
yeah,
Or they'll see a product and be like, here's a really good catchy angle to sell this, right? And like people will have like there's this like thing for your car. It's like a drum hi-hat. So people are like playing it while it's so dangerous. But people are like playing it while they're driving, playing it while they're driving. I'm like, dude, if you were to use like a song that everybody knows and you actually played it well, like that's pretty. There's stuff like that that's actually relatively compelling.
yeah.
Um, I'm working on one now. I have this. It sold well when I made a bad video, so I'm going to make a good video. This dog bark anti-bark thing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna walk around my neighborhood. There's a whole bunch of dogs I know bark at me. So I'm gonna walk around my neighborhood and record it. And just when I walk past them, I'm gonna do it and see if it works.
Oh, that's super
And
smart. Send
yeah.
the video.
So I'll
Can
do
I
like
like use
a
the video from my stuff when you're done? Like there's a really good
yeah,
anti-bark product on one of the networks that I work with that I sold a bunch in the
yeah,
past
for
on
sure.
Pinterest. But like, dude, yeah, a
Hmm.
good video, like you said, that would just crush.
The really fearless people. I mean, you get paid based on how. I don't want to say shameless, but there's definitely, if you're okay with controversy and you're okay with like riling people up in the comments, one of the one of the one of the things in the algorithm is comments, right? doesn't matter if they're mean or not. And TikTok isn't. It's impossible to be mean on TikTok. I don't know if you've ever tried. You can't say anything mean on there anymore. So like you can make a video that's pretty, like the videos you can make can be mean, but you can't comment. Like I can't even call someone like a bozo on there. Like you can't. They remove almost everything you say that's
Hmm.
not, that if they can tell it's not nice. So you can really rile people up, and most of most of the worst comments won't show,
You feel
but the
you can moderate
algorithm,
it out.
well, yeah, the algorithm loves it. So if you can do something that's like, controversial, or, and there's some people, like I said, who make these videos that are kind of cheesy or really polarizing. Like they'll start with like a politician saying something, and then
Oh
they'll
yeah, the
sell a
rage bait.
product that's like
Yeah.
rage bait. They'll be like a survival kit. I don't like. I think the world's too serious right now to monetize politics. But
Yeah.
I do think that there's a balance in between there, right? Um, and it's just for the people that are okay with going into that area. I'm envious of them. I don't like doing it.
So you have a moral compass. That's good. Um,
Yeah, Mortal Kombat is just also like, I do have a brand too. If I were just some random person that didn't make money online and didn't have a blog and a book and all that stuff, I wouldn't be above like just coming on there and being it kind of being a bit of an idiot.
how much? It depends on
Nothing
how much
nothing
money they're willing.
harmful, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
mean,
if you do the Amazon influencer program, like you said, it's like you can realistically look at making like $1 to $2 per video per month.
mhm.
And there's like
Yeah,
there is a
so
half life to the videos, but it's not long enough. So if you can make like, I guess for the people that you work with or yourself, like how many videos a year are you pumping out?
so the cool thing is you can actually even pay other people to do them for you if you want to really crank them out. You could hire, like I hired my brother to make a bunch. Um, and you can probably, for like 15 bucks an hour, you can expect 5 videos an hour. Um, if you can do, yeah, if you can do, I that's the thing, is it seems so daunting, but once you start, it really goes more quickly than you think. Especially like it's the perfect gig for like someone with a spouse, or even like an older person. I think this is the best gig for that. What I love about UGC content is user generated content. It's just like where marketing is going. You probably noticed that a lot of the ads now are people that look like the person that's doing that's browsing, right? So a good UGC ad for me would be someone in my age, in my demographics, right? Because there's just
Yep.
something we just resonate more. It's just it's just how it works. Like if a grandma sees a grandma talking about a product, she's going to buy it more often than she buys it from me
100%.
talking about the same product.
Yeah, a
So
mom's
what's
gonna
cool
buy
about
things
UGC,
for her kid from a mom. Yeah.
yeah, and smart businesses know this. So they're not, in the past, it was always like, how do we get Kylie Jenner? How do we get the hottest, most popular people? But now it's like we need everyday people filling all the demographics that we sell to. So what it's like this great equalizer now, where it doesn't matter if you're like really good looking or really ugly. It doesn't matter if you're really young or really old. It doesn't matter if whatever your ethnicity is, whatever anything about you, whatever the product is, they want people in that demographic, right? So there's a space for everyone now, which is really really cool. Actually, if anything, the traditional spaces are kind of seeing a bit of a bear market, because it's kind of been a dime a dozen, because young attractive people have always been more confident in making content, right? Because they're like, I look good, or people respond to this, but so like people that are maybe a little bit older are a bit more shy to make content. But now it's like, dude, you actually will make just as much as them in this
Yeah.
program, if not more, and you'll be reached out to by brands that sell stuff to your demographic, right? Like, I don't know a specific example of. I mean, think of something that older people
Like a
would
walk,
want.
let's say a walker, like a cane, right?
Yeah,
Like
a
a walker.
walker. Yeah, again,
Like an older
yeah,
person
you
would do
you
a lot
would
better
get
job, yeah, selling
right.
that than somebody like who's young. Like unless the young person is
Exactly.
like, my grandma loves this because here's why. But typically if it's an older person, they're like, oh yeah, like the handles and like the, whatever.
Exactly. So I mean, I love that. I think it's like one of the more
beautiful examples of capitalism actually making things more fair. Because it's just like it doesn't matter. Like you are part of, like there's people that look like you and are like you, and they want you. I mean, not for altruism, right? Just because, but it's good marketing. They want to cover all the demographics. So the biggest brands are making like 100 UGC videos with each avatar, and then they're targeting that ad to that demographic. Like if you would want to run ads to me, you do men and between 30 and 40, whatever. And then
there's a way to
see
scale
better conversion rates.
The program that you're teaching, and so real quick, because we are like we're near the end or whatever, like where can people find you? I have a link in the description for anybody who wants to like work with Nate, join the AIP challenge, and I guess figure out how to like make thousands of dollars a year or a month making these videos, right?
Yeah, we're going for
like you're like the guru as far as I'm concerned, like with all of this stuff. But what was I going to say?
Yeah, I'll post my YouTube. I'm in the commission crew, both of the paid group, free group. I also have a group called Evergreen Affiliate Marketing. But this challenge starts on today's Monday. On Wednesday. It's going to be awesome. You will get lifetime access to the replays, but it also comes with a modular style version of the course, which is going to cover like the boring stuff that you need. But we decided to just cover the really fun, really cool, important stuff, like about creating videos, about finding ways to boost conversion rates, to boost commission rates, and then everything else that like how to get approved. That's one more thing I need to mention. It's not hard to get approved. You do not need 1,000, 10,000 followers. We show you how to do it. It's very easy. One last thing I want to kind of show you. I have a friend who's doing these. I know a few people are. They sell Amazon influencer videos. So people are actually coming here buying. Like this lady has 715 reviews, so probably even more sales. And then that's crazy. She's got 5 stars with that many reviews. But people are paying her $200, $250 to $300 for under 45-second video with a 7-day delivery time. She gets the product for free. Okay, let's do this together. She gets the product for free. She gets paid $200 to $300 just to do it. She gets all the commissions that show up on that product. She can then sell that product if she tried to need the money. But if she wanted to add it even more, I know people that get so many free products, it's actually kind of like inconvenient. Like they don't have anywhere for them and they're not going to use them. So they can either donate them, or what my friend does who does this, they just slap the Amazon listing and they mark it at 60% of the price. And then they just do like either a Facebook marketplace or a yard sale. And they just do it like once a month. Awesome. And it ends up being several $1,000s. So the sky's the limit. Like if somebody wanted to make this their main thing, I'm not joking when I say it's a 7-figure business model. Easy, could be even way more. But like I said, this lady does this, but there is a way to go about it, right? She does what we call a brand kit. She makes it so that you see her and you're like, okay, I want her for my brand. And again, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously she's an attractive lady, but then you've got other people on here that are just more like Scott and Julie, actually. And then once you make I think $10,000, you can run ads on Fiverr, which do really, really well. Obviously, this older gentleman, 128, and some people charge way too low, and they kind of $100 for a 120-second video, but he's still getting free products and he's getting paid when people buy those. And a lot of the time, these new products that people are paying influencers for, they're actually also running ads to them because it is a new product and they want to get some sales and some early reviews. So you still get paid. Oh, here's my friend Lisa. Lisa is. Sorry, I don't want to hold everyone hostage here, but I'm going to show this last thing.
No, you're good.
Can you put my?
Yep.
There we go. Right here, this is my friend Lisa. She's actually teaching. There is a bump on the challenge that is an extra bonus session where we talk about actually branding yourself in a way to make to get more brands reaching out to you and doing this. And again, you don't actually even have to do any of this. It's there. Like she does a really good brand kit where she does have some advantages here. Like she has a beautiful house. And but she was very intentional with how she did all this. People want to work with her because they're like, oh, you have, they see she has this pool. And they're like, we have a pool product. They got a robot the other day. It was $900 robot. And you keep it, right? They don't ask for it back. So then they just,
like a pool robot.
Yeah. Like it cleans the pool.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Super cool. So then they used it. They don't need it. So they sold it. And then she gets a ton of products, and she does TikTok, but she is not what you would call like an influencer. She's got like maybe 1,200 followers on TikTok, I think. And it's just, this is just like her side hustle, and she's really absolutely crushing with it.
That's awesome.
But yeah. So it's there's a lot there. It can go well beyond just the onsite, or it can just be the onsite, whatever you want it to be. But the sky is the limit, and also the floor is very high. If you make videos, you will make some money.
I mean, it sounds like it's like you're just sending a bunch of little worker bees out there. Like like every video is your little worker bee, and they come back with like a little bit of pollen, and you can just make this big like nest,
Yeah. And then the more videos you have, what ends up happening is brands will go and they'll, like, let's say somebody else makes one of these, and they saw that I had done a review of the competitor, they would message me and offer me theirs, or just if they've seen that I've done stuff in that space, right? And then also that's why I do recommend that once you use TikTok to get approved, and then you keep posting on TikTok, because you have to get 5,000 viewers or subscribers, 5,000 or 4,000. It's more than, it's like 4,000 or 5,000 to get approved for TikTok Shop. Once you do that, though, people start reaching out to you like absolute crazy. Like it's almost spammy how many people reach out to you. But by the more things you put out there, the more people reach out to you, and then the better the products get, and then the better the offers get. So if you want to do this type of thing, yeah, it's there. If you don't want to do it, like if you're like, hey, I don't even feel comfortable doing that, you don't have to. You really don't even need to show your face in these videos. Conversions are better if you do, but you don't have to. It's just really the best side hustle I've ever seen, with a very high floor and also kind of an unlimited ceiling if you want to do these other things I mentioned.
That's awesome. Like this is a whole part of very cool that I just didn't even really like know that much about. So even for me, just like hearing you talk throughout this whole like live stream has been super like eye-opening for me. So
do you do creator connections with your offers on the Amazon Associates?
They prompt me for something about creators. I might, let me see.
You should definitely come to obviously you get it for free. But you should come to the challenge on Wednesday, or at least come on Friday, because my one of the co-hosts is talking about creator connections and how to, because you can get way higher commission rates than what you're probably like. I know you just kind of use them as
like me like a bonus if I hit a certain number.
Yeah.
So I've gotten that a couple times.
So the creator connections is like certain products are paying like exponentially, not exponentially, a multiplier more of what they normally pay. So like, let's say that you were doing your smartwatch, smartwatch one, you could find a smartwatch that has creator connections that actually pays 20% commission. And they do that all the time. And there's new offers all the time. And they just want to drive more sales. Yeah. So I would love to see what you could do with it. I bet you could outsource it. I mean, you could outsource it to even like the Philippines, and then just have them do whatever products they happen to have there. I haven't gone to that level yet, but one other thing too, we also have, if you haven't been approved, we do have a buy your videos back guarantee, where I'll actually buy the videos from you, because we recommend everybody start making videos even if you're not approved yet. But if for some reason you end up not getting approved, which you will if you do what we show you, I'll actually buy the videos from you for very much just a break, pretty much at cost for me. So we
literally sounds
try
like
to make it as risk free as possible.
Literally sounds like if I like the ultimate deal for like learning how to do the Amazon influencer program. Like if I was ever going to dive deep into it, I would 100%. I'd be like, be my teacher.
I think the biggest value too is going to be the 1 year of support, and we're going to be doing some contests. I've got a little app I made that lets everybody enter their storefront, and then it shows how many products they've been doing.
Nice.
And it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna do some contests, and I just want to make people, because it's the one thing where I'm like with affiliate marketing, and the struggle is like the sky is so the limit, and you get rewarded for the skills you do. But with this one, it's like, but you also, there's times where it's like you did everything right and it just didn't, it didn't work out. But with this, it's like if you are always moving in the right direction, you know what I mean? There's a way to get there. We're going to help you get there faster, but as long as you're doing the work, you're not going to be at a point where you're like nothing happened, right? So it's very cool. And even I'm not saying like don't do any other method. This is a great way to maybe get some capital to then invest back into the higher earning potential affiliate stuff. The high ticket stuff, that having an extra $1,000 in cash flow doesn't feel as bad if you burn it if it was coming from another affiliate income stream, right? So just a lot of really cool ways, and just to add it to your income is, I think it's kind of a no-brainer.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, it's again, like it's part of internet marketing that I didn't even know existed, and the fact that they just put your video out there and you don't have to buy ads or anything. All you have to do is make videos and submit them with things.
And we get the benefit of the ads that they run too. So it's like if someone's running ads to their Amazon product, we get that same traffic. It's wild. I mean, like you said, the hardest part is getting traffic, and they're just giving it to us for free.
Yep.
I tell people, I'm like, dude, jump on this before Amazon realizes how much of an amazing deal this is for the people that are doing it. But they've got to be seeing huge they know that they get huge conversion boosts on videos, and no one makes video reviews. I mean, the data is already out there for other types of marketing that prove that video marketing with real people crushes. So
yeah,
they figured it out.
Sweet, dude. Well, thanks for hopping on the stream today. Like we definitely have to do more calls. I feel like the last one we did was like 2 or 3 months ago. So definitely need to do like 2 more regular chats.
Yeah, man. I always love talking with you. I'll hopefully see you in New York. You said it's in August?
I think, don't quote me on that. I think so. I would look it up, but I'm gonna try to make it to that one.
Let's do a little commission crew Evergreen affiliate marketing meetup.
Drink
1,000%.
1,000%.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
We'll make that happen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get everybody to come. All right, guys. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for having me, man.
Oh yeah, of course. Thanks for hopping on. And we'll chat soon,
guys. If you're gonna buy, use the link down below. That's the correct one.
You checked it? You double checked?
No, I'm trusting you. I could check.
Right one, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Sweet. And if it's not, I'll make sure it is for the replay. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Nate.
All right, guys. Yep. See you later.